Thanks for watching County Report this week. I'm Susan Kenedy. Governor Martin O'Malley has released his proposed spending plan that includes the first broad-based tax increases since 2007. This in an effort to close a projected $1 billion gap in the state's budget. The proposal includes an increase in the gasoline tax to fund transportation projects, a hike in water and sewer fees to help pay for cleanup in the Chesapeake Bay, and a shift in teacher pension costs back to the counties. Lorna Virgili sat down with the county executive to find out how this could impact our county. Lorna?
Susan, out of those $239 million is likely that Montgomery County will get tapped for about $41 million. Now, the county executive rejects that proposal, and he says he's willing to fight it. The governor's proposal includes Maryland's counties paying for half of the teachers' pensions. As it is, Montgomery County starts its budget with a $135 million deficit.
I give him a great deal of credit for addressing a very difficult budgetary challenge. I just disagree that this is the approach that we should take in order to solve that challenge, because you will shift to Montgomery County a minimum in FY13, $41 million. But if you look at the out years, that number goes up significantly.
Currently, the state pays 100% of teacher pension costs. Under O'Malley's proposal, Montgomery would carry the largest pension burden in the state. After closing more than $2 billion in funding gaps, there is not much more room to cut back in the county's budget.
The council's response, one, is to be working with our county executive and our state delegation. I was there on Friday, I was there yesterday and last night talking with our delegates, hoping that we can come up with a strategy that will make sure that at the end of the day, Montgomery County is treated fairly. I think it's the view of those of us in the county that the current budget proposal does not treat Montgomery County fairly. So that's our goal, and we're working every day to have those kinds of communications, and at the end of the day, we'll see how it goes.
The governor has also proposed changes on the tax structure to raise income tax rates for high earners, an impact to many county residents.
It starts at about $125,000 for a single taxpayer to $175,000, and there's a cutoff for those, which means that if you look at Montgomery County, we'll be paying in excess of 34–35% of the total amount of the additional revenues will emanate from Montgomery County. That's a huge amount, and so again, we'll be paying essentially for our own relief.
The executive vows to fight the governor's proposal in Annapolis. For County Report this week, Lorna Virgili.
In other fiscal news, the county executive has released his proposed capital budget for the next 6 years. The proposal is a slight cut in the school construction fund over the next 6 years, but includes funds for a new health center on Dennis Avenue in Silver Spring and $8 million for Montgomery College. The proposal is now in the hands of the County Council, and it has until June 1st to approve the spending plan.
My colleagues and I are scrubbing it, and I would predict that we'll make some modifications to it, and we will be talking about that over the course of time. But yes, each of us have concerns with respect to this budget, as you would expect. And but I would say that with respect to the school budget, while the dollars are down for the first time in many, many years, all the capacity projects were included in his budget. So we are at least meeting that need. But we have a lot of needs in this county, and we're going to be taking a good look at it.
Montgomery County Police say they don't have the staff to keep up with the county's growing population. At a recent briefing, police officials told Public Safety Committee members that they are incredibly short-staffed compared to the national average, with fewer than 1.2 officers per 1,000 residents. Police Chief Tom Manger is here to tell us how his department is managing. Hi, Chief. Thanks so much for being here.
Sure.
1.2 officers per 1,000 residents. How do you do it?
Well, I think it's a combination of things. I mean, first of all, we've got incredibly good police officers, detectives, and civilian personnel that make up this police department. But secondly, we try and be very smart about how we deploy the resources that we have. Now, one of the issues that we run into because we are so short-staffed is that if we have an unexpected crime spike in a particular neighborhood, we're generally reacting to that rather than trying to get out in front of those types of crime issues.
You talk about a crime spike in a certain area, and I know you mentioned the King area in Wheaton being one of those spots, and you said that you really do need officers there 24/7. What have you done to accommodate the growth there?
Well, whenever we see an area, for instance, like what we call the King sector, which is up along Belpre Road, when we have an area like that where we're seeing an increase in crime, where we're seeing an increase in calls for service, we do have what's called a police community action team. It's a squad of officers that we can deploy up in that location for some amount of time to get to a point where we're able to resolve the crime issues and hopefully return the neighborhood to be a little bit safer. The problem is that when we do that, then other areas of the county, might experience some spike in activity, and we typically have to pull our police community action team, our PCAT team, and they go, they may be down in the Bethesda district one day and over in Rockville and up in Germantown the next. So it's not a permanent solution, and what we're trying to do with this staffing plan is have a more permanent solution to the areas where we have historically had higher levels of calls for service.
And I suppose that will be part of your presentation to the county executive when proposing your needs in the next budget. And we know that budget season is coming up and dollars are tight. Tell us, how do you plan to propose this to him?
Well, the county executive, Mr. Leggett, came to me and said he wanted a plan. We had given him the county executive back 8 years ago. We'd given then county executive Duncan a staffing plan. We got away from the plan because of fiscal issues, but the county executive now wants to retool that plan. So I'm going to present him a multi-year staffing plan where we add resources each year over the course of the next several years, and we're going to target the areas of this county that are seeing the increases in crime. If you look at our crime rate, it's going down. Our crime rate has gone down over the last couple of years. The problem is there's certain areas of the county where crime hasn't gone down, that we still are seeing even increases in certain types of crimes. So we want to be able to deploy additional resources in those areas so that we can see further decreases in our crime rate everywhere in the county and not just in certain areas.
Okay, keep up the good work. Thank you so much for being here, Chief.
Thank you.
Chief Tom Manger, Montgomery County Police. At this week's council session, a vote to change the mode of transportation for the proposed Corridor Cities Transitway from light rail to bus rapid transit. The CCT would be a northward extension of the Metro Red Line from Shady Grove to Clarksburg. The council voted in favor of the change for a number of reasons.
The state has a very compelling study that talks about the economic development value, and clearly a lot of value accrues to the county, but a lot of value accrues to the state. I mean, the income taxes, the state property taxes, all the corporate income taxes, none of which goes to Montgomery County, all of which the state is the sole beneficiary. They have lots of reasons to want to try to move this forward now. There are revenues out there that we could all use that won't happen unless it does. So I think people are incentivized, and they can look at the price and they can say this is something that's affordable and worth doing.
Corridor Cities Transitway is key to Montgomery County's economic future. It's going to create a long-awaited transitway that supports the Great Seneca Science Corridor, going to provide an alternative to the 270 nightmare, and really going to create a new business reality for Montgomery County. So it's huge in terms of expanding our tax base, and so it's great that we're unanimously endorsing something that's going to lead us into the future very successfully.
Still to come on County Report this week, Montgomery College students spring forward to the next semester, and a very special award for one Montgomery County public school.
I'm Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer. Coming up next, we'll tell you why Rockville Town Square was recently filled with dragons, kung fu, and tai chi when County Report this week continues.
Welcome back to County Report. The Chinese New Year is the longest and most important festivity in the Chinese calendar. Often referred to as Lunar New Year, it is a 15-day festival that starts a new calendar cycle. In our region, there are multiple celebrations happening in Rockville, and our Bridget Breuer has the story. Bridget?
That's right. Viz Arts in Rockville Town Square recently hosted a Lunar New Year celebration. And despite the cold weather, it was a celebration of the Asian community in our area. This year is the Year of the Dragon, and let me tell you, there were plenty of dragons in Town Square.
it so.
VisArts held its first Lunar New Year celebration and parade in Rockville Town Square. It was a festive event that recognized the diverse and rich Asian community in our area. Mayor Phyllis Marcuccio and other elected officials gave us their thoughts on the event.
That's another way in which Rockville is diverse and showing its capacity to recognize all kinds of cultures and all kinds of fun activities. So it's an exciting time.
One of the great things about Rockville is the richness of our traditions. And one of the great things about an event like this is it allows these traditions to be celebrated but shared with everybody in the city.
I really think we do things well, and this is just another example of our ability to embrace different cultures and learn from them. You know, we spend a lot of time talking. We need to spend more time listening and really understand where people are coming from.
It was really special, and so many people were here on such a very cold day. It was really neat.
The Asian community now numbers well over 100,000 people in Montgomery County, and Rockville has a significant Asian community. My council district has a very large Asian community. It's a way to celebrate the not only the New Year, but the very vibrant and large Asian community in Montgomery County, which contributes so much to our life here, and to celebrate with them. So that's really what this is all about.
For more information on VisArts events, visit visarts@rockville.org, or for more information about how to get involved with the Asian Pacific American Task Force at the city, go online to the city's website and search Asian Pacific American Task Force.
What do you get when you mix strong leadership, excellent teachers, and engaged parents? You get outstanding academic performance. And at Rachel Carson Elementary School, you get all that and a very special honor too. Let's take a look.
Students and staff at Rachel Carson Elementary School received a surprise announcement from their principal, Lawrence Ship.
Rachel Carson Elementary School was just named as a 2012 Maryland Blue Ribbon School.
The pre-recorded video was shared throughout the school at the same time as Principal Shep and Superintendent Joshua Starr accepted the Blue Ribbon School Award in Baltimore from the Maryland State Department of Education. The entire school celebrated the news.
We got the blue ribbon! We got the blue ribbon! We are celebrating today because we're very proud of all of our students, our teachers, our staff, our administrators, all the hard work that we've done for years here at Rachel Carson Elementary School. We are proud of our students. We're proud of ourselves.
The teachers here make sure that every student gets their work done and that they understand the lesson prepared.
We got this award because we work hard to be the best.
The Blue Ribbon Schools program recognizes and honors schools that exhibit high academic performance. Rachel Carson Elementary School received the prestigious award for their continued improvement in closing the achievement gap.
Our focus really over the last several years has been eliminating racial predictability in student achievement. And that's been the goal of every person who walks through the door, whether they're a staff member or a parent or a child. We've seen amazing gains in all student groups.
We won this award because of the students taking pride in this building and also the staff that help each other.
We're very proud to win this award because the students are high achievers, the parents are excellent helpers in our community and supportive.
Rachel Carson Elementary School now will compete for the title of a National Blue Ribbon School, with those winners being announced in September.
My school is awesome!
Rachel Carson was one of only 6 Maryland schools to receive Blue Ribbon status this year. Congratulations to all the staff, students, and parents at Rachel Carson. Well, winter is here, but spring is in full swing at Montgomery College as students return for the 2012 spring semester.
With more than 26,000 students this past fall, Montgomery College enrolled more undergrads than any other college in Maryland, including the University of Maryland. And as January comes to a close, MC students are hitting the books for the spring semester. For those who want to stay local and save on tuition, Montgomery College is a great choice. And getting a quality education that prepares you to transfer to a 4-year school or to enter the workforce makes it even better. MC President Dr. Darian Pollard kicked off the spring semester at the January 17th opening meeting for faculty and staff.
And I remain convinced, as phenomenal as Montgomery College is, that we are in a prime position in order to connect and innovate in ways that people may not have ever thought possible.
Pollard encouraged faculty and staff to work together to embrace a united approach to the college's mission.
We can indeed empower our students to change their lives and enrich the life of our community when we are a strong, united, one Montgomery College. Thank you all so much.
Although most classes have already begun, many late-starting spring semester courses are still open. Log on to the MC website for more information.
Over the next 3 months, the County Council will host a series of briefings addressing some of the most significant issues confronting our county. The Shaping Our Future, Adapting to Change series will get started this week with a discussion on changing demographics and the impact on services. The panel will be led by Planning Director Rollin Stanley and Superintendent Dr. Joshua Starr and Dr. De'Rion Pollard from Montgomery College are expected to participate. We will keep you updated on all the upcoming Shaping the Future sessions right here on County Report this week. Up next on County Report, if you're interested in opening your home to a child in need of foster care, we'll give you the information you need. But first, a community agency that's weaving a safety net for some young women here in Montgomery County. Stay with us. Welcome back to County Report this week. Recent county data shows the dropout rates for Hispanic and African American students continue to be higher than that for Asian and white students. But a nonprofit agency in Silver Spring is taking the lead in helping some young ladies from diverse backgrounds to be exceptional students. Iris Argueta is the newest member of our CCM staff, and she has the story.
Your arm should go over their heads. Like that.
It's a human knot, an icebreaker game for team building and improving communication skills. It's all part of Community Bridges, a nonprofit program that helps girls from immigrant or underprivileged homes to succeed in school.
We get to do stuff and we get to meet new people and we get to trust one another. I get to be myself, and if I was at home, I would just do my homework and then watch TV.
More than 1,700 students from elementary, middle, and high schools have participated in the program since it began in 1997. The students meet with youth counselors once a week after school.
For many of the girls, they don't have a space in their lives where someone's asking them about their day and they're in the spotlight. So it gives the girls that attention and that what's going on in their lives is important. So it's really a space, a safe space. It is a space where they feel like they have a mini family and support system and feel loved. And it's a space where we talk about goal setting, we talk about critical thinking, we talk about leadership. What does it mean to be a strong woman? We talk about all those things as well as balancing and juggling multiple identities, because many of our girls are first-generation American.
School studies show that limited support in the home environment, lack of school involvement, and the perception of feeling unsafe can often make students less confident about staying in school and even graduating. That's why Montgomery County Council member Nancy Navarro believes nonprofit programs like Community Bridges are essential, especially for Latino students.
Latino girls tend to usually get overlooked, but they're the ones who seem to suffer the most in terms of not, graduating on time or graduating at all, or also teen pregnancy seems to be very high rate among Latino girls, as well as lack of attendance for college. And these are aspects that are really troubling because, as we know, the 2010 census has shown that there is a huge increase in population in the Latino community, specifically in young people. So I feel that we need to do everything possible to make sure that we provide the kind of mentoring and the kind of support, etc., the Latino girls need.
So ladies, this game is about concentration and memory.
And the nonprofit says more kids need support these days because of the current economic conditions.
The stressors on the family in terms of working long hours and depending on their youth to take on adult-like responsibilities. We're seeing more and more of that.
Fourth grader Alona Canty was homeless and having a difficult time in school, but all that has changed thanks to creative art in Community Bridges.
It's fun because we get to do all kinds of projects. It helps me get good grades.
Community Bridges, a way to empower girls to be positive leaders and healthy young women. Iris Argueta for County Report This Week.
Community Bridges offers the after-school program in 8 Montgomery County schools. If you would like to know how to enroll your child in the program or would like to volunteer, please call Community Bridges at 301-585-7155. Children are the most vulnerable in any society, and when a child is being neglected or abused, they either run away from home or end up on the streets. Montgomery County's Child Welfare Services is in need of foster parents who can provide a safe and stable environment for these children until they are reunited with their families or are adopted. Obi Wobe has more.
Thousands of children in America suffer from abuse and neglect in their own homes each day, either by a parent or family member. The Child Welfare Services is one of those agencies in place to make sure children are protected, safe and placed permanently or temporarily at a foster home. Placements in foster care have increased tremendously in the past 10 years. In Montgomery County, about 192 kids were placed in foster care in the last year alone, and 50 are still yet to be adopted. The Child Welfare Services of Montgomery County gives us an insight of what it takes to help kids find their forever family. Agnes Leshner, the director of the Child Welfare Services of Montgomery County, tells us more.
We always try to work with the family. So if something has happened, we will try to engage the parents in getting some help. We'll refer them for outside help. We'll provide some social workers to help them with their parenting. If that's not possible, then we look for relatives that the child is familiar with, the children are familiar with.
Children in foster care are from different backgrounds, ranging from age 0 to 18.
Children who are in our care after age 18, we can keep them in our system until 21, but we can't pick them up new at age 18. We have a lot of kids who are in that younger age group, 6 and below.
Here are some of the requirements to be a foster or an adoptive parent. Be at least 21 years of age. Be a U.S. citizen or legal resident. Be in good physical and mental health. Be able to meet your family's financial obligations. Complete a fire and health inspection of your home. Pass a criminal and protective services background check. Complete a pre-service training requirement. Have a supportive and stable family relationship. If you suspect the child is being neglected or abused, call 240-777-4417. And remember, you can make a difference one child at a time. For County Report This Week, this is Obi Nwobe.
When we come back, Kathy Stanhope will be here with our Pet of the Week. And a group of Montgomery College athletes are recognized for their NCAA Junior College Championship. Keep it here on County Report This Week.
Although spring semester has started at Montgomery College, there are still plenty of late starting classes you can sign up for. Some classes start as late as March and they're offered in many different majors. You can register online or at any of our 3 campuses. Sign up for Montgomery College Alert today. Receive college closing, delay, and emergency information via text message and email. The service also sends important information about Montgomery County weather and traffic events. 2 MC Tacoma Park Silver Spring students received meritorious awards at the recent Cumberland Valley Math Modeling Challenge. Austin Joseph and Matthew Calkins created a math model forecasting textbook trends and competed against students from both 2- and 4-year institutions. For more information about the endless possibilities at your community college, visit our website.
Welcome back. In our Pet of the Week segment this week, Kathy Stanhope is here with a 4-legged friend who might just be the perfect companion for you.
Hi, this is Kathy Stanhope with your Pet of the Week at the Montgomery County Humane Society, and I'm here with something very special today. If you are looking for something a little out of the norm, a little unusual, this is the dog for you. This is Wendy. She is a 7-month-old Bull Terrier Ibizan Hound. That is kind of an Egyptian breed, I believe. She is very unusual. When she sits at attention, she has these big bat ears. She looks like a nice dog that belongs with the pharaohs and the pyramids. She is very sweet. She was given up by her previous owners with her brother. The two of them came in here together and they had a little bit of a health issue that is all resolved. She's perfect now. She's all back to 100% wonderful. But the really sad thing is her brother has probably been adopted. He is still here, but he does have an application pending, and some family is hoping to take him home very soon, which leaves Wendy here by herself. You definitely want to come down here and meet Wendy. She's friendly, she loves belly rubs, she's enthusiastic about life. She is a perfect, seriously, a perfect family pet. She's been evaluated as having a wonderful personality, and she's just been sitting here as calm as can be. She is a nice, friendly dog. Just kind of a medium size, and as you can see, she's just pretty and very unusual looking. So come on down and meet Wendy. Give us a call at 240-773-5960 or visit us on the web at mchumane.org. You definitely want to take this unusual dog home with you. Right, girl?
This week, the council took time to honor the Montgomery College women's soccer team. The women won the 2011 National Junior College Athletic Association Division III National Championship.
Now therefore be it resolved that the County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland congratulates the 2011 Montgomery County Women's College team on its remarkable season and joins with the entire Montgomery College community in celebrating the wonderful achievement of bringing home another championship banner to Montgomery County.
Well, we have, I think this is the best team I've ever been on. Our chemistry was great right from the start, and I knew that this team was going to be it, to take it all the way.
All these, the couple of years that, all the hard work from the previous years, we just, we're honored to be the ones that finally get to, get MC together and be noticed.
A coach is only as good as the team they have, and I've been very honored through the last 5 years to coach some tremendous athletes, some of which you see standing behind me. Very proud of the program, what we've grown out of essentially nothing. It's all blood, sweat, and tears that brought us to this point. We're riding this train as long as we can because it's been a great year, and we enjoy reaping the rewards of all our hard works.
Congratulations to the team. Next week, our friends at Montgomery College will bring us a story on the coach of that team who has been named Coach of the Year for their division. Well, that does it for this edition of County Report This Week. Tune in again next week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Susan Kenedy. Thanks for watching.